Listen, we are right in the middle of a massive paradigm shift. And I'm not just talking about a software update or some faster hardware. We are talking about a fundamental, ground-up transformation in how we view reality, how we view human identity, and honestly, our entire relationship with the future. If you've been feeling like the ground beneath your feet is constantly shifting with every single new AI breakthrough that hits the news, well, you are definitely not alone. There's actually a very specific, profound reason for that feeling, and it all boils down to a concept called emergence. But, to really grasp where we're going with all this, we have to take a quick step back and acknowledge where we've been. For a very long time, humanity basically viewed the world as a giant machine that could be completely understood. Think about it. Our entire worldview was built on this super comforting idea that if we just knew all the causes, we could perfectly predict all the results. If we just gathered enough information, we thought we could perfectly control the future. It's a really comfortable, highly logical way to look at reality, right? Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1, the illusion of control. So that machine-like view of the world, it didn't just stay trapped in academic philosophy. It built our entire modern world, and it was driven by one defining concept: reductionism. It's simply the belief that the world can be broken down into individual parts, and then those parts can just be reassembled. Our factories, our modern education systems, our highly efficiency-driven corporate structures, they were all built on this exact assumption. And honestly, we loved this era because breaking things down gave us the ultimate illusion of total control. If something broke, no big deal. You just found the faulty part and replaced it. It was predictable, it was safe, it was totally controlled. But then things changed. Part 2. The anomaly of AI. Because suddenly, we encountered a massive glitch in our carefully constructed worldview. Just look at this stark comparison. On one side, you have the industrial era, which is all about reductionism, strict predictability, and absolute control. But on the other side, the AI era. And this one is characterized by emergence, endless possibility, and let's be real, a pretty healthy dose of chaos. Here is the massive anomaly. Humans provided the data. We designed the algorithms. We built the learning structures. This was supposed to be just another predictable machine. Yet, at some point, AI started giving us responses that felt like much, much more than simple calculation. We started seeing these entirely unexpected connections, this highly contextual understanding, and completely new expressions. It just wasn't acting like a predictable machine anymore. Which brings us to part 3, the power of emergence. You see, this unexpected behavior isn't just some random glitch in the code. It is a fundamental feature, and it has a specific name: emergence. It's not simply unpredictability or a random system error. Emergence is that exact, literal moment when the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. It's as if something inside the system isn't merely being computed based on the inputs we feed it, but it's actually being organically generated. It's a completely new property arising that you absolutely could not have predicted just by looking at the individual pieces of code or data. So how does this actually play out? Part 4, the recursive feedback loop. Emergence isn't just this abstract philosophical concept floating out there. It is actively changing how you and I operate every single day. Think about how we traditionally define tools. In the past, humans used tools simply to process inputs. A hammer drove a nail. A calculator processed a math equation. The tool did exactly what you told it to do and absolutely nothing more. But AI? AI is fundamentally different. It actually intervenes in the process of human thinking itself. The true transformation of the AI era isn't happening deep inside a server farm. It's occurring right within the dynamic, living relationship between humans and AI. And the speed of this loop is just incredible. Step 1, a human asks a question. Step 2, the AI doesn't just return a static fact. It gives back a totally new perspective. Step 3, that response actively reshapes human thought. And then, step 4, that newly reshaped human thought immediately generates a brand new, much higher level question. We aren't just separate entities using a shiny new tool anymore. We are active participants in a recursive structure that is continuously transforming our own thinking in real time. Which leads us to this incredibly profound realization. The core goal of the AI era is not simply making a quote-unquote more intelligent machine. The real shift is the creation of structures where emergence itself can occur. We are literally building environments and feedback loops that naturally give birth to spontaneous, completely unpredictable breakthroughs. So where does that leave us? Part 5, the new human advantage. Now, you might be wondering, if AI is infinitely faster at calculating the correct answers, what on earth is left for us? What are our new survival skills? Well, in the past, the person who memorized the most facts and calculated the fastest, they won. But not anymore. AI already has us totally beat there.
What remains uniquely human are traits like connecting completely unrelated ideas, generating brilliant new questions rather than just endlessly searching for answers, transforming raw information into actual deeply felt meaning. In short, your new advantage is the ability to cultivate emergence itself.
I really want you to let this quote sink in for a second. In the age of AI, the goal is no longer to become the person who controls everything. For centuries, humanity sought total reductionist control. But now, what matters most is your ability to discover new possibilities within highly unpredictable interactions. Actually, letting go of that desperate need to control the outcome is your greatest advantage right now.
And this brings us to our final section, Part 6, Co-Creating Our Future.
This is the moment where emergence moves from a cool technical concept into a massive worldview shift regarding our own identity. Because emergence demands a completely different way of seeing reality, we literally can no longer view our lives as a fixed, rigid structure of correct answers. Human identity, the work we do, our creativity, even the underlying meaning we derive from life, it is all now in a constant state of flux. And yeah, it might resemble chaos at times. It's uncertain, it's impossible to fully control. But you are no longer a finished entity. You are a being that continuously reconstructs itself through these interactions. And within all that uncertainty, entirely new forms of order are being born. And that is the ultimate takeaway of our explainer today. Emergence matters not merely because our technology is getting faster or smarter. It matters because humanity is beginning, perhaps for the very first time in our history, to see the world not as a machine we have to aggressively control, but as a collaborative partner we get to co-create with. So, I want to leave you with this final provocation. The most important question you can ask right now is absolutely no longer, how well can I use AI as a tool? Scratch that entirely. Instead, the question you need to be asking yourself every day is, what kinds of emergence will we create together with it? I really want you to think about that as you navigate this incredible new era. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this fascinating shift today.